Well, good morning. Welcome. This is Hobbies of Holly, a floss tube about cross-stitching and quilting and knitting, but mostly cross-stitching. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for your support. If you're new here, welcome. It's good to be here today. It's been a couple of weeks, and it's been a wild couple of weeks in good ways for the Neals. We went to Florida last minute with my sister and her husband and my brother and his wife. P.S. I've probably already told you this, but my brother is married to my best friend Tam's baby sister, Andrea. And Andrea is also a stitcher. And she goes to retreats. So you may have met Andrea Flanagan. That's my sister-in-law. But it was so great to be with my siblings. Nobody in this world makes me laugh like they do. And it was last minute. Steve and I did not buy our ticket until like 36 hours before because we just have a lot going on and you just never know. And then the morning of, we almost canceled, but we went and it was so fun. It was good for our hearts to be together. We decided it had been 20 years since the six of us had been on a trip together. And the funny thing is, we live very close to each other. Maybe if you live close to each other, you don't have to travel together, but we spent more time in Florida together than we do here. So that was fun. And I'll tell you the other news after we talk about stitching and stuff, okay? But I have some other news. So I've been stitching a little bit. I haven't been making nearly as much the last couple of weeks, but I have done a little bit. You want to see it? I'm going to show you, okay? The first thing is a start and a finish. There's an acronym for that, but I can't remember what it is. I'm going to the Jingle Ball. I hope that you're going to the Jingle Ball, and I'm going to talk to you there. Maybe we'll see each other in speed dating or in one of the stitching rooms, stitching tables. But I am taking the Stacy Nash class of the Gingerbread House. I love this so much. Although, don't these look like eyelashes with a crooked smile? Houses do that. And here is the back. I will take a second to say Jingle Ball, you can still buy a ticket. I think up until the day before, you can still sign up for classes. The kitted classes, there might even still be a kitted class that you could take, but all of the classes have PDFs available. So you can sign up and then kit your own, which is exactly what I did because I have so much floss and fabric, I knew I could just kit it myself, and I did. So we want to see it. I will tell you, I only stitched the front. Look at it. Isn't it so sweet? And I think after stitching the front, I'm just gonna do the front. I am not gonna stitch the back, and I'm still gonna maybe finish it during Jingle Ball, like the whole project, into the big needle book. You could buy the kit pieces, that since I didn't buy the kit, I bought the PDF. I was able to get the finishing for the book and the wool. Isn't that pretty? This came from Blackberry Primitives, and blackberryprimitives.com. There's where you can shop lots of fun things, but she has this kit. So I'm excited about that. Pardon me, 1 second. Sorry, I still get a random cough. So I've been stitching that. The other thing I've been stitching, I cannot show you because it's a model stitch. I am doing a model for Shelly, the Antique Needleworkers. It's going to be released at Market, and I have to spend now all my time getting that finished because for me it's a lot of stitching. I'm praying I can get it done by my deadline, which is the end of December. So that's what I'll be working on for the rest of the month. I don't think I've done any quilting. That is one of my very favorite quilts behind me. Kitchen Table Quilting is the quilt pattern designer, and that's an art gallery fabric bundle from a few years ago, and the background is an Essex linen. Essex linen is one of my favorites. I love the texture that it gives. So anyways, that's one of my favorite quilts. I have finished a pair of socks in the last 2 weeks. I don't remember if I had started these. I think I had started these. This is a Legacy Fiber Art yarn called Breathe, I believe. And I got the 50-ounce skein, and I don't remember if is that a mini? No, I think that's a mini skein, isn't it? And so it probably was a sock set, but I probably had divided it up and used the mini for something else. So this is what I had. And I used it because I'm experimenting with a new heel. I'll have to link her below because she's German and I can't pronounce her name, but she has done a tutorial on the diamond heel. I don't know if you can see it on here, but it's a diamond shape. It was actually a lot of fun to stitch, to knit. And you don't have to change colors. You continue to knit in the round as you're doing the heel. She says, and I think I agree, it works great for a higher instep, a higher arch, which I have. And I really like it. This is, I decided I should have done my cuff in a different yarn, but I didn't. I just did a small cuff. Maybe that's 10 or 15 rounds. So I did my toe in this cream. It's still the umbrella toe from the crunkled sock pattern, I believe. My favorite toe. I love the pattern it gives, and it's very easy. But my problem was I knew I was going to be running out of the base sock for my second sock. And I really didn't think I was going to make it, and I did, with like a ball like this left over. So I did. I got a whole pair of socks out of that. I have worn them. In fact, I wore them before I blocked them, and they're very comfy. So I like this heel. The only thing I wonder, let me take it off though. Can you see? Oh, maybe I should have left it on. You get some open gaps in the heel, and I hope that's going to wear okay. Does anybody have an opinion on that, or what I should do about it? The reason I was excited about this is that you can use it for self-striping yarn and not have to change your heel, and you can continue to get your stripe. And so that is the sock I've knit. They're really cute. I now have 3 pair of my own hand knit socks, and I love them, and I wear them, and they're fantastic. Believe it or not, that's all I've worked on. And now I'm going to show you my purchases. You want to see? The first thing that arrived is from Hobby House, and this was one of the Homespun Needlework Facebook group exclusives from Hobby House by Hobby House. This is Mary Alcorn 1764. This is the full, sorry about the glare, sampler. And I think it's so pretty. And in a separate chart you can buy from them, you can buy a chart for just these pieces, which I have not purchased. And it is also called Mary Alcorn Sampler Series. The first one just is called Sampler. I really like those two. I think they also sell the spool for this. I chose the Gloriana silk. Look at those fun little braids. And it came with this needle bling. And it came with Thornfield needle and flax, and I chose the 46 count linen. That is it's a little bit more tan than I think this is showing. So that was my first bit of purchase haul. The next thing I got are the new Brenda Gervais charts, and I ordered mine from Dying to Stitch. The first is Peace and Goodwill. Okay, that's correct, but I'm going to show it to you like this. I think that's fantastic, don't you? So that's a fun Christmas one. The next is the Christmas Swan. I believe this is a series. And there's that beautiful swan. Maybe I should adjust my light and see if that gives me less glare. The next, I think this is really cute, is Let It Snow by Brenda Gervais still. Can you see that cute snowman? And then the last is Candles of Christmas by Brenda Gervais. Look at those little angels. I like it because I have 4 daughters, so I might make their hair like my girls. maybe like when my girls were little. I don't know. I have a curly-headed daughter. Well, I have a few curly-headed daughters, but one of them was always known as for her curls. People used to call her Little Shirley Temple. So that is the Candles of Christmas chart by Brenda Gervais. Next in haul, excuse me, I gotta reach for it. Oh, I like this. This is from Nomadic Yarns, and this is a self-striping yarn. I love these colors. I'm probably gonna have to ball this and start this soon because that's delicious. And then I bought these coordinating mini skeins that all will match the sock. But I love blush pink, and so I thought I could probably use this with other yarns I have for heels, toes, cuffs, etc. And again, this is soft blush, and this one is golden. And here is the Nomadic Yarns name. This was purchased on Etsy, so you can go to Etsy for that. And my last bit of purchases, this is from Amy Allen, and she has an Etsy, and she's on Instagram, and I'm gonna have to put it below because I can't think of what her Instagram is right off the top of my head, but look at this project bag. I think that is the sweetest Christmas project bag. But darling Amy sent me bonus prizes. She also sent me this cute bag, which I have had that yarn in. I'm gonna maybe use it for my knitting bag. Look at those cute things. And then she sent me this. But wait, there's more. These stitch markers. Daggone it. Does that help? I'm just blurry today, I'm sorry. She sells these in her Etsy's, these cute needle minders. This is Liberty of London fabric, and it's in a little hoop. Then, this is my favorite. This is this little jelly jar with a holly on top, and it holds needles. And there's needles in there. Isn't that sweet? Go shop from Amy. She's adorable. I also think I already told you I got the Hobby House box, and I love everything in it. I had one item that had a little bit of a manufacturer defect, and so I contacted Hobby House, and they got back with me right away, and they said return it and they'll replace it. I returned it, they replaced it like the day they received it, and I already have the replacement. I think we're not supposed to show them yet because they haven't all shipped out, but you might be able to spot it back there if you look really close, if you're wanting a sneak peek. But don't look if you don't want a sneak peek. Then yesterday, on Sunday, I got the Kitten Stitcher box. This is an Advent box that Kitten Stitcher curated. I cannot show you again because she asked us not to show it until each day that it's to be opened. And if you'll recall, I'm an opener, so I opened all of mine last night because I wanted to. But this is a list of the designers or the makers. I'll read it to you because for some reason it's blurry, and I'm sorry. Blackbirds, Cross Stitch Antiques, The Gentle Art, Lady Dot Creates, Samplers Not Forgotten, Heartstring Samplery, Liz Matthews, hello from Liz Matthews, sorry. Leela Studio, Needlework Press, Plum Street Samplers, Reflet de Soie, Stacy Nash, Teresa Kogut, The Bee Company, The Primitive Hair, The Thread Gatherer, XGAU Designs, Bent Creek, The Blue Flower, Running with Needles and Scissors, Kathy Barrick, Lottie Da, The Scarlet House, and Shakespeare's Peddlers. That's a good lineup, isn't it? Okay, I'm ready to tell you the Neal news. Our last name is Neal, hence the Neal news. So we have been browsing at houses for a couple of years. Let me just get straight to the point. We're moving. That's the big news. Steve and I are moving. We've lived in this house 20 years. I have made my basement over the past couple of years my studio, and I've taken over the finished basement basically in our house. And it's working out really well, but we're just at the point, we're 60 and 62 of we should probably downsize. It's never going to get any easier to move. We're not going to get any younger. It's only going to get harder. My mother died suddenly and my father had died at a young age, and going through all of her belongings and having to purge was not fun. And so I'd like to start doing that for my children now. And so we've been looking, but everything we've looked at over the last couple of years has not really been downsizing, because I say I'm not ready to downsize. When my kids come home and all my grandkids, we still need all this space. But there's a house being built basically right behind catty corner to Graham's family, my daughter Julia and her husband and their 2 children. And it looked like it was a custom built home that we assumed was already sold. There's no for sale sign in front, and we've been watching it build and we're like, that is a really pretty house. And so my husband called about it maybe 2 weeks ago now, and found out it is for sale and it'll be finished in December. And the builder said, would you like to go through it? And we said, sure. We love house shopping. We have always moved about every 6 years in our marriage until this house. And we've been here 20 years, which we both say is for sure the longest in our lives we've ever lived in a house, even as children. So we went through the house. We really liked it. There are some things that we would have done differently in the layout, but it's a ranch with a finished basement. It is smaller than our house. It's not small, but it's smaller than what we have. And it's laid out differently without as much storage. So we went back the next day and asked more questions. Could we still choose some finishes, change some things? And he said, yes. There are things we can't change. For example, I'm a bath girl. I love to take an evening bath, and there's no bathtub in the primary bathroom. There are 2 other bathtubs that I can use, but that will be a change for me. Other things that are different that, we probably would have chosen differently. For example, we now have a wooded lot that during leaf season, we can't see the houses behind us. Now, right now the leaves are, off, so we do see the houses behind us until spring. But this house has nary a tree, as my grandmother would say. No trees. But we can yell from our deck to Julia's deck and say hello to grandbabies from their decks. And we decided that we could live with that. So anyway, we're moving, and it'll be finished, like I said, by Christmas. We'll probably move in January, but I have a lot to do before then. Plus, as I told you last time, 4 family members are having surgery in the next month. We do not have good timing, do we? It's very poor timing. So I've started with my closet and my drawers, and I've been purging. And it will come, I'll have to come to the basement soon. I'm probably putting that off, but once Julia's surgery is behind us, I will probably start working on the basement. And there will be lots that shouldn't go with me, that needs to be passed along. So I'll probably have a lot of de-stash items. And then for people local, I will probably have a lot of porch pickup things that are just free to a good home. So if you're local to the Dayton area, stay tuned. Follow me on Instagram, which is also Hobbies of Holly, because I'll probably have things that I'll give away in the crafting realm. Also, my friends know that anytime I'm getting rid of anything, they call it my porch parlor, that I just say, I'm putting this on the porch, whoever wants it, come get it. So that kind of stuff will happen. So I filmed this Flosstube knowing that I didn't really have a lot to show you, but I did want to tell you that. And I probably won't be back until we're moved, unpacked, and settled, which my guess would be February. I did get into Sampler Symposium. So that's also right in the middle of when we should be moving, but I'm going to Sampler Symposium, unless providentially hindered, that something's wrong medically with somebody in the family. my hope and prayer is to get to Arizona. In January, I'm going to make Steve go with me. Maybe we'll see some sights. But if you're going, I'll see you there. I also wanted to tie up loose ends of giveaways because I don't want to lose them in the move. So let's do that right now. I only had one person contact me from last time's giveaways. And so please contact me if you were one of those. Go watch. I'll say your names again. And then I can announce winners from the things I told you about last time that I'm going to give away. You ready? Did I say the date? This is Thanksgiving week, 2024. I never know the date. It's Monday, the 20-something. 5th? Could be. Okay, you ready? First, let's talk about the last giveaways. I have not heard from Quilt Nanny 2011 about Harry. If I do not hear from you people by December 10th, it's going to go back in the pile to be given away again later because, again, I don't want to lose it. So Quilt Nanny, that's yours if you just email me at HobbiesofHolly@AOL.com, please. And that'll be in the drop-down box. Also, I have not heard back from Karen Lovejoy for Give Thanks. Karen Lovejoy, I need to hear from you. Karen Lovejoy, 6194. And then this is the last one from the last time. This is the Proper Stitcher, Thankful for You. And this went to the Maniac Stitcher. So if these are you, or if you know these people, please tell them, hey, Holly needs your info. Okay, now you're ready for the 5,000 subscriber giveaway. Hey, thank you for subscribing. And if you haven't subscribed, please do that because that's great. You'll get notifications if you ring the bell. I love when you comment. The past couple weeks has gotten a little nutty, so I've mostly only hearted, but know that I read and try to answer every question. If I didn't answer your question, ask me again. Okay, you ready? These two are JBW because Judy so sweetly sent us some charts to share. So this one is a Quaker stocking, and the word was Quaker, and this is Jennifer Blubaugh, Blubaugh. Please reach out to me, Jennifer, and I'm going to get this in the mail to you. Next was a Stitcher stocking, and this goes to Lisa Donmez, Donmez 9552. So Lisa, email me. Next was the pouch I made, and this goes to Janelle Stoger, Stoeger 9517. Please reach out via email. Next is the Lady Dot Pocket Kit that you can make this pocket book. And this is going to Vintage Cottage Stitchers. So please email me, Vintage Cottage Stitchers. And then lastly was the duplicate I have of Blackbird, The Country Life. And this goes to Cindy Richards, Cindy Richards 6019. So please reach out, Cindy. Okay, I think that was probably scattered for a floss tube, but that is how my mind is right now. It is trying to decide where I'm gonna put that and where I'm gonna put all that fabric and where my sewing machines are gonna go and what cabinet pulls and knobs I'm gonna choose and what light fixtures I'm gonna choose. We built a house once, like 32 years ago, and survived the decisions of building that house. And it's nice that this one's almost finished. We just have a few things to choose. And I'm really excited about it. I'm excited about a change. This house has been so good to us. And I'm sad to leave it. And I almost can't think about it, but I also know it's time. Like, do you ever get that feeling that you know it's time? One of my son-in-laws, our first son-in-law, he used to call this the Lost House. Did you watch the series Lost? And when people were, that plane crash on the island, and then as you watch the show and the stories unfold, like people were strangely healed of things that were wrong with them before the crash. And so that's why he called this the Lost House, that you just had healing when you came in this house. And that kind of makes it hard to move. He's very sad we're moving, and our granddaughter Ellie is very sad we're moving. But when they come this week for Thanksgiving, we get to take them through our new house, and I'm hoping they'll get excited. And I told them both, now we'll go make new memories. That'll be the lost house. It'll still be where Pops and Gigi are and where we're all together. So I hope you'll bear with me. In my absence, I'll try to still be active on Instagram every now and then. And thanks for being here. As I say every time, today is a gift. We don't know if we have tomorrow, but we are given today. So go love people well. Love your people well. It's Thanksgiving week. Give thanks for all your blessings, all the things that you've been given. I'm thankful to the Lord for all my blessings, and I'm thankful to the Lord for you. Love you guys. Bye.